Hey guys, Blade Blabber here, and in this video I'm just going to talk about different blade shapes on knives and what their advantages are, just for anyone that would like to know. If you're looking into a new knife and you want to just know what you really need, this might help out a little bit. So I'm basically just going to go over the different blade shapes on knives and just tell you, what they're good for, and their advantages, and maybe even their disadvantages. First I'm going to start off with one of the more common blade shapes. One of the most common blade shapes, and that's the clip point. It's basically, you got an up sweep, and then at the goes straight on the top, and then it has a clip on the end where it just swedges in there, and that makes for a very acute tip, very good for piercing. So very sharp tip, and but not as strong as some other knife blades, but very good and sharp for piercing, and you can sharpen up this back swedge on maybe a fixed blade if it has a clip point, and so then you can have a double edge. So this is a pretty common blade shape. Next one is a drop point. You get a good upsweep on it, on the blade. They're often used for hunting, for skinning and stuff like that. And basically you just have the top of the blade just slowly goes down. You do have a stronger tip with this one. You get a stronger tip and you get this upsweep on the blade, so it's good for a lot of utility tasks, and just a lot of people prefer drop points as an everyday carry knife too. Just lots of good uses with drop point blades. Also a very common blade shape. These next two are pretty similar. This is a hawkbill blade shape, or a karambit style blade shape. This one's a Spyderco Tasman Salt. Basically, the edge curves down, so then the back curves down too. This basically makes for a very good slasher, very good, for tearing things. Cutting rope is good for, because basically, if this is the rope, it takes it towards you instead of, if you had a knife like this, the rope would just slip off. So that's what this is good for. Cutting netting, cutting rope, stuff like that. This is one of my favorite everyday carry utility blade shapes. It does have its disadvantages though. You can't really do food prep with this or stuff like that, just because you don't really have a belly at all. But that tip is just great for opening up packages and cutting rope. So it is one of my favorite blade shapes for everyday carry. This next one's pretty similar. This is a Spyderco Cricket, and it has a reverse S blade shape. And basically, you still have the downward shape of that hawkbill blade, but then at first it has a belly that goes up, then does that downward shape. So basically, you get the same advantages as a hawkbill blade, but then you get some belly for other things like that you use like a drop point blade for, for like slicing and stuff like that. So you kind of get the best of both worlds with this one. I really love the reverse S-shaped blade. This is my everyday carry knife. I pretty much carry most of the time. I'm usually carrying the Spyderco Cricket just because I love the blade shape so much, and I love the size and the weight. Next, we have a blade that's more for self-defense and tactical uses. This is a dagger blade, or a stiletto blade, more specifically on this one. This is basically a skinny blade that doesn't really have much belly, but tapers off to a very thin point. So basically all you can do with this is stabbing. So yeah, this is going to be more of just a self-defense blade. It really only has one use, and the tip is not going to be nearly as strong as some of the other ones. Next is also a pretty common blade shape. This is a Tanto blade shape. And it's basically, you have your first edge. This is more the Americanized Tanto blade shape. You have your main edge, and then there's a stopping point for right there, and then there's a secondary edge that goes to the point. And this makes for a very strong tip. So it's going to be a stronger blade shape. And you also have that secondary edge right there where it stops, so it's going to be great for slicing. So basically, if you just want a stronger blade, that's what you're going to want the Tanto for. This is just a neck knife by United Cutlery. This is just a stiletto switchblade. This is the Buck 110, and this is the SOG Twitch 2. Because I forgot to tell you guys all that. Last, but definitely not least, is the Kukri blade shape. This is the Cold Steel Raja 1, and it has a Kukri blade. And that's, the Kukri blade is basically where it kind of goes up, like concave, and then it dips back down and has that belly that goes back up. So it dips down, then goes back down, then back up. So it has a very strong tip, and this area right here is just great for chopping. And then you have this area right here where you can really do that fine precision work. This is one of the most effective blade shapes out there. You're going to see more fixed blades with these than folders, so good luck finding an everyday carry knife with a Kukri blade shape. Cold Steel has a couple of them. They have a smaller version of this one with about a 3.5 inch blade. That'd be pretty good. But generally for everyday carry, this is not going to be the best blade shape. You're going to want to go with more of a drop point or a clip blade or a hawkbill type blade for everyday carry. Kukri is not going to be your best option. But for a survival blade or fixed blade out in the woods, great option. One of the best options you can take for a survival outdoor blade. So that's pretty much it. And all the blade shapes. Hope this helps some of you guys. Blade Blabber out.